Welcome back to another episode of my trading vlog, where most of the views come from returning subscribers. If that's you, please hit the like button. If it's not, consider subscribing. I'm gonna go over AMC, GameStop, SPY today, at least those three things. Hopefully Playboy, Bitcoin, and Nvidia as well. If you have requests, put them in the comments. I will do the analysis and I'll share that with you. I do it in the Discord too. On the daily time frame, start with AMC. I believe we're in a measured move down. I'm actually still targeting 358, and that's because we broke below the 450 level. And you can see that's about where today's rally ended, and we saw reversal occur. This closes the gap that formed between 621 and 622. This was a pretty strong pull up. There's a 65% chance, or about that, to pull back up into a chart pattern after a breakout to the downside. This is what that looks like to me. Volume was pretty high on the day, well above the 30-period average. Not the biggest spike we've seen, but still a pretty appreciable spike. Implied volatility is rising on this massive move. I would expect this to be peaking, and we'll see the implied volatility fall as AMC grinds sideways through here. The MACD is still on the negative side of the indicator. Bearish momentum is still here. The short-term period average in blue turning up towards that longer period average in yellow signals that we could have a corrective bounce here, and that could lead us to test this downtrend that started from 5.5. I won't be putting any bullish price targets down until that downtrend breaks. Seeing 450 hold is important. I'm going to move into the minute time frame just to get an idea. We've all seen this chart, whether you've seen it from 2021 when AMC ran to $72, or it was GameStop in January. The big three powerful waves higher, a retracement, and boom, wave 5 truncates. That means it fails to pass above the high of wave 3. Let me count the waves for you. Just I'm going to walk you through it. 1, 2, and 2 is actually probably A, B, and C, and that forms this weird pennant thing through here, which isn't quite a pennant. It's really only 3 waves, so there won't be 5 touch points, but 1, 2, and then 3, 4, A, B, and C, and 5, and that wave 5 hit 450 perfectly, turned around and reversed. This is so classic meme stock. And when we have the wave A, B, and C for a corrective push down, there may be a price target here, which I said no bullish price targets, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just a little bit. This is a good motive, impulse higher, and a retracement. Using the top of wave 3 for that isn't the most appropriate thing. I think that's probably where I'm going to put confirmation though. So this is going to be a conservatively bullish thing. We're going to call this confirmation for wave C. And it's on a different wave degree than the one that's noted in blue on the screen currently. That's going to be hard to describe to people. In Elliott wave, there's different degrees. Essentially, you have 9 sets of degrees, and price just cycles through them. And when you get a longer positive or negative, a longer degree interacting with a smaller degree, you get these weird patterns. That's what gives us those shapes, those chart patterns that we look for. Understanding Elliott wave theory is fundamental in understanding chart pattern analysis, as after all where Bulkowski started looking for the chart patterns was in Elliott wave. If we get a breakout above 455, we'll be looking for, let's see it, drumroll please, 466, which still isn't that high. When you really think about it, that's not quite above that downtrend yet. At the extreme extension of 491, we could be looking at a downtrend break. It's possible. It's way too early to tell. The RSI is starting to swoop up off of oversold, but still a long way to go before we see the top of a corrective trend. And I want to say that because the price has fallen so far so fast, it won't be hard for the RSI to reach overbought, signaling the end of a corrective bounce. So this could be a short corrective upturn. I know, right? Do not get fooled by this bar. These price levels have to break. 450 needs to break. If 450 breaks, 455 is pretty close to there. Then we'll target 466. If we break the downtrend, then we'll target 491. And once all of those levels go, then we'll take this falling wedge and we'll put a bullish price target down. And I think that bullish price target is what people are going to be wanting to hear me say. And I will say it once the technical analysis supports it. I am not pumping meme stocks. That's not what my channel has been about. I've been very realistic about this ever since, well, way back here. Right there. This is where I started doing the analysis, and boom, AMC just crashed and just kept going. And then here there was a lot of MOAS hype, and I was like, nope, you're wrong, and turned around. And then again here, like every time this thing has peaked, I've been calling that out, and price has reversed. I mean, yeah, I'm always a little pessimistic, and I call out these as highs first, and the price runs up. It's like, oh, Cap, you're wrong, MOAS, not MOAS. Okay, I was just still trying to understand Elliott wave theory and degrees of amplitude. Nonetheless, I think that's all I want to say on AMC. Falling wedge, potentially bullish. Yes, not there yet. Still not there yet. I think what happens tomorrow will be very important, though, so we'll watch the price carefully at that time. GameStop also finding some strength today with AMC pushing higher above above that $24 level. I said to watch that $24 level. That's really where we're going to say whether or not GameStop is bullish or bearish. This breaks the downtrend that we've been in since we saw that high on June 13th, which means that we can start to put some bullish price targets down, perhaps. Well, they aren't quite confirmed targets, but if this wave continues higher, I'm going to be using that extension tool again. You're going to see me do this all day long. 1, 2, and 3. Just 1, 2, and 3, or A, B, and C. 30.46. I've been saying that there are targets up here. We need to break above $28 first. Then those targets confirm. Seeing the RSI flex up like this at 46, pulling above 50 now, that looks good. Volume is starting to increase. Implied volatility ticking up as price is pushing higher. To have a positive correlation between an uptrend and the implied volatility is generally a bullish thing. The MACD here is still on the positive side of the indicator, and you can see on the histogram that the bearish momentum is starting to fade. Yes, this really could be turning bullish. This chart looks more bullish to me than AMC does, honestly, and that's always the way it's been. You can see that I have a rising diagonal through here. Or is it a leading diagonal triangle? It's very important. Remember, a rising wedge or a falling wedge is only bearish or bullish dependent on its breakout. What's even more important, though, is how the waves form between opposing trend line touches. This can give us a clue as to whether this is what's called a leading diagonal triangle or a rising diagonal triangle. The leading diagonal triangle is pointing in the direction of the future price trend, in which case GameStop is looking like it's about to reverse, and to have it here is really exciting. And here we go. I'm just going to do it. I am not saying this is going to happen. The extreme analysis that would confirm after we push a high above 104 is that we'll see 180. And this would be a massive ABC surge heading higher. This is possible. We are far from that. We are far from that. Right now, we're watching 26.93, 26.37 with a lot of interest. And when we get there, we get there. Otherwise, I'm still watching that $24 price level, which really realistically could be tested before we push higher up into these 30s. It's possible. Just bear in mind. The meme stocks are looking like they're setting up bullish reversals. It's still too early to say that's confirmed. I just want to re-emphasize that. Moving on. Playboy also had a great day today, pushing up higher, up 6.71%, similar to AMC. This looks like we have a ugly double bottom forming through here, possibly. I don't know if I want to give that analysis, though, because price has been trending sideways for a while. I like this falling wedge and the idea that this impulse pushing up higher to that 188 level was impulse 1 or A, and now we've seen a retracement, and we're looking for strength moving into the next wave. Looking at the RSI, I think these chart drawings were actually all done on the hourly time frames. Let me do that for you. You can see that this bearish divergence broke, and now we've seen a high, so it's possible that this is actually a significant high. And what we see now is a big spill lower. Yeah, and that will confirm as price passes below 147. So we're going to watch that very carefully. 166 is still a critical bearish reversal level, and 171 is still a bullish breakout level. To see the price push out above there and then turn around right away is pretty frustrating. Let's have a look. That was one after-hour candle going down at 110, which is 10 minutes after market close, Pacific Standard Time. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm really not. I think that this volume pushing the price higher is what's really important. We had a pennant through here. You can see that I have a bullish channel drawn, and price has reached the top of that. Probably going to come in for retracement now, probably. If we don't, then price is going to fly. What's cool about Playboy is, unlike AMC and GME, well, besides maybe GME, I'm serious. 234 or even this gap fill area up at $3 could be seen in the near future. I'm waiting for a very specific news event, so just hanging on for dear life here. I really feel strongly that this company is undervalued, and once they improve their balance sheet, that the volume of buyers will come in. That's just conviction. It's not really a trading strategy, but I've done the fundamental analysis, and that's what I'm doing this trade on. Full disclosure, I'm holding Playboy stock long. These are great candles. Love to see this massive surge from 147 to 175. That's 30 cents. When the price is under $2, that means the move overall is over 10%. This is a big rally. This is possibly turning around, and I'm very excited to see where this goes in the future. I think that's all I'm going to cover are these three things. I'm lumping Playboy in with AMC and GameStop. I don't know if people want that. Doesn't matter. It's my vlog. So I'm vlogging. Remember that. It's a vlog. I'm not professional of any sort. And obviously, all your own trades are your own business. I have nothing to do with that. So, okay. Happy trading.